Okay, greetings YouTube. Greetings. We're picking up right where we left off on chapter 2, page 14. At this point, I was writing a letter a day. Sure, I had work and the kids to deal with on a daily basis, but I always made time to correspond with Tyrone. I was enthralled with the words I read on each page of his letters. I could not get enough of reading them. The next day, I got 2 letters, 4 pages each, front and back. I was happy. The songs listed were Peaches and Cream by 112 and Why Me Baby by Keith Sweat. Most of the songs Tyrone would list were music my daughter Chrissy listened to. Every time he listed a song she had, she would pull out her CDs and share them with me. After the song listing, he would always begin his letter most eloquently, as he always had, with prayers and blessings for the children and me. Then Tyrone said my letter threw him for a loop. If you recall, I thought the same about his. He talked about all the doubt I was having and Brian taking his letters. He said they, meaning children and family, would have to understand that I was Tyrone's baby and they should stop acting ugly and move on to the next subject. He also talked more about not wanting me because of what he may be able to get from me financially. All he asked was for me to love him, visit him, and never allow anything or anyone to come between us. God will provide. He wrote, Christine, I am your baby. I will be the reason that you will soon get completely over them, other men. I know by me being on lock, it's much easier said than done, but I plan to come home and finish the rest. I'm here with open arms and a heart full of Christine. I don't usually make promises, but I promise to never hurt you, baby. Never lie, cheat, or destroy what we share together. All I have is my word and my heart, baby, and both of them are very precious to me and you. Our future is based on love, trust, faith, loyalty, and honesty. Now, if you feel you might bail before 20 months are up, tell me now. Nothing beats an understanding. What I don't understand is that you love me today and you are ready to leave tomorrow. How you gonna act like that? But I'm not upset because I understand you women. He checked me for calling him a liar and it turned me on. He was being forceful and started to swear. He told me it wasn't my business, still a lie, and said he was not going to keep defending the same bullshit. He talked more about my doubt, calmed down, saying God could be the matchmaker. I deserved to be loved, and he was due to move closer to me shortly. He ended with a nice vision of him pleasing me and having a nice romantic conversation in bed. I could feel desire in his words. His next letter talked about how sorry he was that we had met under these circumstances and that maybe it was God's will for us. He asked me to stop looking back with doubt and allow our love to grow. Christine, listen to me. You are very special to me, not because of your sex or your money, because I can't have none of both. I love you and I feel that you are my angel because you reached out to me. You knew I was waiting to be loved. Even though I am incarcerated, my love will always be yours. I'm not going to force myself on you, baby. I want you to want me as much as I want you. 50-50, not 70-30. Maybe you are afraid to have a man on lock because you think you might cheat. If so, I understand. I'll just have to chill and hope I will find happiness someday. I still would like to be your friend if your man would allow it. You asked me to open up to you, and as soon as I did, you start saying it was game. Girl, you are too much. And don't be letting your big head boy read our letters because I might have something real freaky in your letter one day. And I repeat, don't be calling me no lie either. I explained it to you and that was real, so leave it alone. Or you're going to use this for your excuse to take your love away from me. Before I go, I will leave you with all my love and prayers. I love you, girl, and if you decide to leave and stop writing, I will not hold it against you. But I will always be your friend, okay? And when you go to Barbados, do what your heart feels. I only want what will make you happy. You have been through too much for any more cries. Enjoy your trip, baby. I will miss you, but you will be in my heart. Happy 4th of July, honey. Kisses. I love you. Tyrone. I wrote Tyrone 2 more letters before I went on vacation. My salutation is now, greetings, baby. I decided to accept love where it was given and claim Tyrone as the one for me. Yes, the lie he told did cause doubt, but I decided to let it go. I felt good about us. I wanted him and was glad he wanted me. I vowed to remain chaste and promised to send him a freaky letter I had written to him real soon. I felt ready to love a man who was on lockdown that I had never met. I planned to write and visit and let nothing come between us. How could I not embrace a love that was given so freely? Nevertheless, I told Tyrone, I can love you today and leave you tomorrow because I will not go crazy worrying about you. When I feel pushed to my limit, I am out of there. How many minutes we got here? Okay. Before I left for Barbados, I received a package of notepads in the mail marked Return to Sender. Unaware of the proper procedure, I sent Tyrone a few notepads from home. The proper procedure for sending paper and envelopes to an inmate in a Texas prison is to have them shipped directly from the office supply store. I did not want to do that. I decided to go ahead and send him the money so he could buy what he needed where he was. When I came home from Barbados, I was refreshed and ready for the world. I felt good in my spirit. 2 letters awaited me on my desktop. I had 6 pages front and back to get lost in. Tyrone was understanding of my doubt and talked about seeing me face to face, eye to eye, smile for smile. He said he half-assed accepted no money, but no visits were going to be a no-no. Truth be told, I wanted to see him just as much, if not more. He had pictures of me, but I had none of him. When I asked him for a picture of himself, I learned that pictures on his unit could only be taken on the first Saturday of the month for $3 each. I planned to visit the next first Saturday and make sure I had $3 for a picture. I also learned that you can only take quarters inside the visiting area. These quarters could be used to buy free world snacks from vending machines for the inmate or myself. Moreover, no cash money is permitted on the premises. Later, I learned it became a felony to do so. The letters I now received were addressed with my first name and Tyrone's surname. I liked the sound of it. I sent my new love the freaky letter I had been carrying in my purse. I wrote it a month prior, but was too ashamed to release those thoughts after he had hinted at sending money. When I was writing what I would call pornography, I could not believe I was putting those kinds of words to paper. Tyrone's letters fanned a spark, and I was using my imagination to feed it. Now that I believed and rested in the fact that Tyrone had nothing but love for me, I gave myself to him in my mind and wanted to share those thoughts with him. I started making CDs from the songs he would list so we could have them when he came home. I bought the second Jesse Powell CD because it was his favorite. He told me I needed to hear those songs to feel better where he was coming from. I went to the office supply store and sent him envelopes and paper. I sent all kinds of cards throughout our time spent corresponding just to let him know I was thinking of him. Mail call was important and I wanted him to have something every day. I looked up the address of the unit where he was being held and got directions. I also sent him my phone number so he could call me collect. I later learned that TDCJ inmates could only use the phone for 5 minutes every 90 days. I was not happy about that, but at least I would not be running up my phone bill by accepting his calls. I needed Tyrone to write more because my letters were surpassing his by far. I sent a quick note to let him know I would write more after I received a reply. He was lacking in his macking. I was accustomed to receiving letters almost daily. We talked about the kids, our future together, his family, starting a family, current events, and everything under the sun. Now at least 2 weeks had gone by since I had received a letter. Not hearing from him caused me to become frantic. I was concerned about his safety. I called the unit to check on him but could not be given any information because I was not on his visiting list. I simply had to wait. This is when I began leaving work on my lunch break just to see if Tyrone had written. I simply could not wait until I got home. When I finally heard from him, I was relieved and shaken. I received not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 letters from my baby. I guess he was making up for lost time. I spent all day Saturday reading them and writing him back. I was in ecstasy, especially since some of the letters were of a sexual nature, what we call freaky. Allow me to share a few not-so-freaky excerpts that kept me smiling. When my baby said these words to me, I knew I was in love. I will always act after you react. You cry, we cry. You love, we love. You kiss, we kiss. You leave me, and I hang on as a true friend. I'm here to let you know that you are the best thing to happen to me, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I love you, girl. I eat, sleep, and dream, Christine. I'm sitting here writing your letter, listening to my radio, and I can feel you all through my body. I will love you for as long as I live. I want to forever be a part of your life. Ain't no leaving. Only death can or will part us. You are my baby. You are my love. I already know my baby is going to speak her mind, and that's a turn on to me. Your letters take me to a whole other world. Girl, you go so deep and I'm feeling you, boo. I love the way you explore your mind with me. It's like no other. Bookie, kiss, kiss. Before I even brushed my teeth, I gave my morning to our Father. My prayer started with thanking Him for a wonderful night's sleep and sending you into my life to love and care for me the way you do. I ask God to continue to protect you and the kids and to continue to caress you and keep you strong in His care. I told God to continue to love you and keep you near, baby, and I am so blessed to have a queen as strong as you are. I thought Tyrone's sentiments were so sweet. I tried to write a few lines of my own, but all my lines came from love songs. Here are a few passages I wrote from my heart. I grow to love you more and more each time you write. I love you so much it is scary. After I read your letters, it is hard for me to say your name without feeling warm inside. I have much love and desire in me, Tyrone, and you have the gift to bring it out, and you do. With the love I have in my heart for you, combined with the love you have within and the love we both receive from the Lord, we can have glorious days in each other in spite of our shameful environment. I have your name all in my mouth. I lie in my bed and repeat your name consistently. It's like tasting somebody in your dreams. I forget where I read that, but you get the point. I'm so glad you were able to make love to me like that. I've been so worried about you. I'm still concerned, but I'm so happy that the love in you still prevails in the midst of our storm. Hold it down, baby. I planned to visit the first Saturday of the month, but my visit was delayed. In Texas, the inmates can only change their visiting list every 6 months, and you had to be on the list to visit. No exceptions. In federal prison and some states, visitors have to fill out a request and submit to a background check. Tyrone stated he could add my name to his list in a few weeks and he would be able to visit before the end of August. And I would be able to visit before the end of August. Additionally, his unit was on lockdown because of all the stabbings that had happened. Lockdown meant no visits and he had to stay in his cell 23 hours out of 24. In the meantime, we kept corresponding on a regular basis, waiting for what we referred to as our first date. Tyrone's and my letters were always filled with words of love or I love yous. However, the main topic now was getting him moved off the unit. Tyrone said when he went to the yard, someone had tried to stab him. He said the Crips were trying to kill him because he was done cripping and placed in protective custody, PC, until the matter could be resolved. He asked that I call the unit as his wife, tell them my husband was in danger, and demand that he be